those monsters you don't fight, they tend to step on little guys.
Well, it's time to step up. Because that's what needs to happen. Because sometimes the truth isn't good enough. Sometimes people deserve more. Sometimes people deserve to have their faith rewarded. And if it has to end, at least I go out like this, being Batman.
All right. What's howling, everybody? I'm Batwolf, and welcome to a new series I like to call In the Cave. Basically just another sort of vlog series where I'm going to be taking you through everything that I do in a day. This is going to explore the idea of what it's like to live in the life of a starving artist. How somebody yearns to make content to reach out to others while also managing and balancing things such as work, life, and fitness. So with the geek facts out of the way, let's take a time travel to the past, and we will see each other on a Monday morning. Good morning, people, or should I say afternoon. It's 2 o'clock on Monday afternoon. I know if you guys are thinking, wow, that's not a really great way to be proactive. I actually work nights, so this is truly the beginning of the day for me. I finish work at 6, so typically I like to take my 8 hours so I can be rested up, and that's important because I do a lot in a single day. So let's get started. Okay, everybody, let's begin the day with a morning cocktail. In a shaker bottle, I put active greens and creatine. I shake that up and we're going to drink the whole thing. As I do so, I'm also going to do some morning stretches, and I first start out with getting a ball from the freezer and I roll out my foot. This is to make sure that your foot doesn't cramp and so that there's not a lot of stiffness when you're going out for a run or a walk. I saw this done with a hybrid athlete in the morning routine of Nick Bare. After this, I do some morning stretches, nothing too crazy, just something to get a little bit more mobile. Okay, so now that I'm warmed up, I'm gonna go for a nice walk. Normally I would go for a run, but this time of year there's a bunch of ice on the ground and I don't fully trust in that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go for a walk and get some sun. Getting sunlight is one of the best things you can do first thing when you wake up. Now, especially for me, for somebody who works nights, I have to get sunlight as much as possible, seeing as most of my days are dealing with no sun at all. So we're gonna get some clothes and we're gonna go for a nice walk. Alright guys, so now that we're back in home base, I'm gonna go take a cold shower. I would do, of course, the cold plunge, but I am not a millionaire, or at least not yet. So yeah, I'm gonna go take a cold shower, shave, and take care of all that stuff. Okay, before I get some food, I am going to write some stuff down in my journal. So in this case, I don't write a whole log or anything like that. It's just the date and 5 things that I'm grateful for. I think this is the time of day where people usually would like to pray, or sometimes they do it in the morning. For myself, I like to, just write down 5 things that I'm grateful for. And really, it could be anything. It could be something big, something really personal in your life, or something as simple as the weather. And since today it wasn't that cold or not too hot, I'm gonna write that down too. Next thing, yesterday after family dinner, my dad had just called and just checked in with me so we could have some one-on-one time and just make sure that everything is all right with his boy. So yeah, I'm gonna write down I'm grateful for that. Recently, one of my close friends had actually gone into the US Marines, so I wrote him a letter and I'm very grateful to his family giving me the information I need to send it out, so I'm really grateful to them for that. And the last thing I'm gonna write is that I'm grateful to you guys for watching this video. Alright, so we'll see that again tomorrow, but for now, let's go get some food. Starting off with meal 1, I'm going to be putting on the scale 2 cheeseburgers, weighing the cheese and the meat, and I'm going to log everything on the MacroFactor app to keep track of my calories. I'm also going to take some supplements where I take 3 multivitamins, 1 fish oil, 1 biotin, and a couple brain pills. After this, I sit down and enjoy a meal with my fiance. All right, so now that our sort of breakfast lunch has been eaten, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take some time to digest and work on some videos. So ordinarily I like to take about an hour before I go to the gym so I can digest and work on some things. This could be anything between art, editing, but today we're gonna be making a TikTok video. So we're gonna be reviewing Jean Grey the Phoenix, which means I'm going to need to use my camera for that. So you're gonna watch everything from my phone, and I'm gonna add the voiceover in later for the extra effects and stuff like that. Okay, so that took much longer than I thought it would, so we're gonna have to rush getting to the gym and stuff like that. So today is going to be a upper body day. I love it. It's a very quick and efficient way to just simply get into the gym, get a good pump and workout, and get out. So today is going to be upper body and tomorrow's gonna be lower body. Now, the gym is kind of small and packed that I go to. Unfortunately, it's not going to have the most glamorous shots, as I don't wanna make anybody uncomfortable, and a lot of people are very private about working out there. So this isn't a fitness channel after all. Putting on muscle isn't that hard for me, but it's actually burning fat that's really difficult. So I'm hoping that we will use this time, use this energy and everything with these videos to make sure that I not only stay disciplined for you guys, but more importantly, stay disciplined and healthy for myself. That's always a priority. Anyways, we're running short on time, so let me get ready and let's head out for work. So we've arrived at our destination. So I'm not going to be able to record inside the building as we have a privacy policy. But what I will do is I'll show you guys everything that I'm working on in that time. I work for about 12 hours security at night, so I do get an opportunity to work on a lot of my projects. While I do this, I set a stopwatch so that way I can see how many hours I work on the video. I like to aim for about 5 hours. Although I do stop the work whenever I have to do something that is my actual job. But if you want your creative side hustle to start making some income, you have to make sure that you work on it like it's almost a second job. Anyways, let's head on in and I'll see you guys in 12 hours. All right. Here's the items and additional pieces. This figure looks great, but I wish they did a little more. 12 hours later, we got a lot of work done. We were actually working on an art piece. We did a lot of notes for some TikTok videos that I have coming up. We finished that TikTok video that we recorded today. So I'm going to head home and I'll see you guys there. All right, so now that I'm back home, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off all the lights, as blue light is actually really bad for you if you want to go to sleep. And as somebody who has a night shift and as somebody who clearly needs his energy, usually the way that I do that is I turn off all these lights. I give myself about 15 minutes without looking at any screens or anything like that. So sometimes I'll read or even I'll meditate. And then afterwards, I use some red light therapy. I do have some blackout curtains in our bedroom, which helps me to really just settle in. All of that blue light is out and it helps me sleep. It's really good for people who have the night shift, so I highly recommend it. So I'm gonna read my book, stay off of the phone for a while, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So, lights out. And that, everybody, is a day in the life of a starving artist. Now, I'm sure a lot of you were watching this video, or at least clicked on the thumbnail, clicked on this video because you had something that connected you to this. Whether it was art or a shared frustration with the fact that we're all trying to make content, we're all trying to be noticed. I mean, the fact that I turned this camera on and came up with this series where typically I make really character-focused things. There is a question that is often asked by people who make content, and the real question that's asked is, who cares? My hope is that you can watch this video and maybe there's some tips and tricks that I do or maybe that you do that we can both help each other and grow as a community. My dream is to make content that reaches out to people, inspires them, and makes them feel something.
When I look back at my childhood self, I think back to how inspired I was by these characters, by Spider-Man, by Batman. And then as I got older, I started to be inspired not just by their stories, but by their creators. The fact that they were able to come up with a concept that reached out to people, to millions of people, and inspired them, made them feel something. The fact that if these characters can go through the most horrific events and have a normal life and go through the trials and tribulations of those lives, then maybe, just maybe, you can get up and you could go about your day one more time. That's what I want to do for people. I'm hoping this series can reach out to you, and maybe you could look back on this, maybe I could look back on this, and I could see some serious growth from this channel. As of right now, the channel has about 641 subscribers. At the end of the year, I would like it to be about 1,000. Now that number might be small compared to all of the Mr. Beasts in this world, especially when you compare yourselves, and I've compared myself to YouTubers many times saying I will never reach the heights of those people. But I'm often reminded of a truth that one of my friends told me back in the day. My friend James had told me a long time ago that when I had reached over 100 subscribers, saying, well, the reality of it is that's more people that you could fit in your house, and those are all people that want to see your channel grow. So I say, with utter appreciation and sincerity, why don't you consider subscribing? Because I can promise you this, I'm gonna continue to grow as a person and as an artist.